So now let me tell you about the fifth day, which was our final day in Albany and the Albany area, and how the trip was and what it was like all around. Obviously, you can tell that I'm certainly home and doing this all from home. I did not record any video on that fifth day. Basically, it was sort of a wake up, do your thing, lounge around for a bit, and get out of there when the getting was good. Checkout time was 11. We got up, I don't know, about 6:37, something like that. And we made our way down to breakfast. We had breakfast. They had your usual fare of hotel stuff. So that was your continental breakfast. They had scrambled eggs. They had sausage links. They had waffles that you could make your own. They had hard-boiled eggs. There were bagels. There were muffins. There were pastries. There were all that kind of shit. There was a toaster and a microwave and a this and a that, so you could heat up and do whatever you wanted. All the coffee you wanted. There was halfway juice. There was orange juice and apple juice and fresh fruit sometimes, depending on what time you got down there. Yogurt. For being a free breakfast, it really wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. And that was that. So we got up, we went down, we had breakfast. And I said, let's hit the pool and the hot tub one more time. So we did. We went back to the room, got changed, went down to the pool, and we went into the hot tub. Now, I had noticed that the water level in the hot tub was not up to where it had been. What happens is when people sit in there with the jets on their back, the back creates like a launch ramp, if you will, for the water. So as they sit there, the water is just spraying out onto the deck around it, and the water level goes down. This is a very common occurrence there, I'm sure. As such, the water level was so low, but we went in anyway. Everything was good. It still worked. And by the time we got out, we had sat in the chairs they had there just to dry up for a little bit, because we weren't really in any kind of rush. So we did that. And then a lady came in, and she noticed that the water level was very low in the hot tub, and went and came back with a sign, just a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, that said out of order, and taped it on the railing, and that was that. So we were like the last people in the hot tub, which was pretty nice. And I'm sure all it takes is their maintenance, Jetson's maintenance man, to come in with his big mustache and get the hose out and fill it up, or if it has its own thing. That was basically it. After that, we packed up all our stuff. We checked out. Checkout was bing, bang, boom. No problem. Just go to the desk. Hey, we're checking out. Here's our card keys, and here's our stuff, and blah, blah. Okay, total is this. Yes, good. Sign here. Thank you. Come again. And we got on the road. And we came home. And that was that. The entire trip, there were a few things. One was the Capitol building, and I learned why it's called the Capitol building. It's because they put all of this Capitol into the building with the carved faces and the intricate stonework, and the people that are normally in that building, like working every day, do they even notice it? Does anybody care? Yes, it's open to the public, I understand, but does anybody really care anymore? They called that building unfinished back from the 1800s still, because they thought it would take X amount of years, but it took X plus like 15 years. So after like 25 years, they said, okay, halt all construction. We're using the building as is. We need something, and this is fine. And that was that. I also asked how it was heated, And the lady said, I really don't have the information, but it comes from several miles away. So they must have a heating plant several miles away, maybe steam, I don't know. You couldn't see any kind of heating registers or anything like that, so I honestly don't know how it was heated, but it was a very, very old building, as you saw, and I certainly did learn where all of my capital went. And then that was interesting because the rest they started pocketing when they needed the building. And this museum that we also went to was pretty good. We did do the majority of it, probably 95% of it, if not even, close to 100%. So that was a nice museum. It was certainly a nice little day trip. And there was a lot there. We could have spent a lot more time there. We could have spent less time there. And that was donation based. If you like it, suggested donation was like $10 a person or $5 a person, whatever it was. Whatever it was a pretty inexpensive suggested donation compared to going to something like, let's say, the Long Island Aquarium, and I don't know what their admission rates are, but you'd be paying something like at least $22 for an adult to go in, and they don't even have half as much stuff. The places that charge admission are the places that are blatantly ripping you off. Those that are donation based are getting their money from the state as far as that goes. And the donations are, I guess, their pocket money. I really don't know. But you generally get a better show at the free museums rather than the places that you have to pay admission for. So that was another thing, worth remembering. The entire trip was... let me start by saying that when we were young kids and we would go, Patty would go with her family on car trips and vacations or whatever, and I would go with my family on said trips. Okay, kids, we're going to Vermont. It's a 6-hour drive, so we're going to leave at 6 a.m. And you know what? If you weren't in the car at 6 a.m., the car was leaving. Even if they had to tie a rope on, a rope to you and drag you behind the car, we're leaving at 6. So get in the damn car. And we left at 6. And then we had a 6-hour drive. Well, okay, that took us till 12. Figure checking in a hotel or whatever. We generally didn't even do that until later that night. So we would get to wherever we're going, let's say 12. Okay, let's have some lunch. That'll take us to 1. Okay, let's go to the amusement park from 1 to 9 till they close, or 1 to 10 till they close. Meanwhile, the suitcases and all the shit is still in the car. Now doing that, it's impossible. We were all a lot younger then, so maybe, but we did everything on a very low key, on a very no pressure anything. We took our time getting there. We took our time doing everything. We took our time checking in. We took our time checking out. All that stuff. It was low pressure, low key the entire time. Where back in the day, it was action packed, 16 hours a day, because if you missed 15 minutes, fucking forget it. Oh, yeah. So it was a vacation that you could come home from and not need a vacation from your vacation. A lot of people overbook their vacations, and as such, you come back more tired than before you left. So it was a good time all around. I really can't complain about anything. Had a nice time away. It was nice for a change. Last time we went away was an easy 10 years ago. Easy 10 years, if not even 12. or 13. I would have to double check the dates. It was a long time that it's been since we've gone away. And, you know, except for the little side trips, like she'll go to her mother's house in Connecticut, I'll see Sharky, or go visit this, or go visit that, or whatever it is. But this was the first time that we together went on vacation on our own, not to somebody's house, you know. We actually got a hotel. This was the first hotel room that we had booked in 10, 12 years. Interesting all around, certainly. Would I do it again? Yes. Would I go back? Well, fuck, Michael Gegsnow's there, yeah. That was absolutely awesome meeting him for all these years, all the comments, all the stuff he sent. All the stuff he sent. And I had in the car I think it was the Merhua grow light. It was one of them super powered hangy things. You know, I've done 100 and change of them. And I had that, and I said to Gegsnow on the way out, I said, hey, you want this? And he took a look at it, and he says, yeah, I could probably use that. And he tested it out. He says, wow, I think I can use that. And he's actually growing plants with it. No, not that kind of plants. Real plants. I forget what he called the kind of plants. Maybe if he comments, you'll know. But anyway, great time all around. Would do again. Hotel was pretty good. Would stay again. And all around a nice time. Is the series over? No, I could milk this series as long as I want. You've been watching it for like 2 weeks now. Well, it's going on for 2 more episodes because I have 2 little... They're almost old war stories, but they're not old war stories. They're new war stories. So I'm not going to call them old war stories. Series is going to be a 2-parter about people that you meet in a hotel that you're glad you only meet once in a hotel. And that's what's coming up next. Oh, one more thing I forgot. Obviously, I'm sitting here at the editing desk, as I would be anyway. There's the expression, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Yeah. Don't kind of have that, but I do kind of have cats. So when their mommy and daddy are away, the cats will play. Patty's brother was nice enough to come and feed them for the days we were gone, so big thank you to him for doing that. And he was also kind enough to record a little bit of the feeding time, and I want you to see all of the stuff that the kittens did, just in the little bit that you can see in this. So take a look at this here. Now, sorry for the wrong way the picture is. I didn't take these videos, but did you see how the carpet was all scrunched up in the hall? Now going in the bathroom, the little thing of cat food that's there, that they ripped out of the garbage can, the little rug in there is all curled up. They knocked the garbage can over. There's the toilet paper unraveled. But they are very, very hungry, hungry, hungry pussycats. There's one. Sorry. There's one for you. Oh, yeah. So what he did, which I don't do, is he put down food in 2 separate bowls. But watch what they do. Oh, no, we're going to eat out of the same bowl anyway. So I don't even bother putting food in the other bowl, because I know they're only going to eat out of the same bowl anyway. No matter what. You'd think that each one would be like, wow, I got my own portion. Nope. They just go at it like animals, as you would expect. You can see that he didn't unfurl the rug, and the 2 are eating. One of the bowls is now empty. So thanks very much for watching the series. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.